We have clients in Australia, Singapore, like everywhere. So then it's difficult to then try and do things in person and all that type of stuff and build relationships.
Yeah, I agree. So he's doing well still on the B2C offer, fitness transformation.
But that's also where I think anyone who does well, who has a right mindset, will continue to keep doing well.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like you and me would both know, like I know people who have been maybe a bit of a flash in the pan. They've gone viral on social media for a couple of months. Their business got to 100K a month, but don't really know how they did it. And then they just drop off again.
Yes.
And they also can't mentally, they don't have the resilience to be able to keep going or figure out what to do next.
Yeah.
Because it's constant like kind of pivoting, because something will work in your business for a period of time, then it won't work. Then you need to find like, what's the next thing? It's a constant kind of evolution.
Yes. And a lot of beginners maybe have this false expectation that once you have a business running, you will be set for life and everything will go and run smoothly. But the truth is that the markets are always moving. Technology makes the market moves very fast, especially with AI and stuff like this. Now, the needs of customers are changing, the offers are changing. So all the time you need to change what you do and adapt. And yeah, that's something most beginners, I would say, don't realize when they start. Yeah.
With what you said there, so I think that's something important for people to take in. One of the reasons I think people stay stuck and stay like in the most painful place, which is making less than 5 to 10K a month in their business, is because they think they know what they're doing, which is why they don't focus on continually learning or like evolving. Mm-hmm. What would be your advice to them?
I would say you need to find a good mentor. I don't know if you remember, but the reason I was one of your first clients back in the days is because we were in the same mastermind, and I knew that you were one of the best in the mastermind, if not the best, with Frank. And so I knew that if I wanted to keep my business for long enough, I had to stay around the right people. And that's why I approached you to get one-on-one mentorship with you. And I think that's something really important, like to be in the right environment with the right people, get the right information is something that helps you stay longer in the game and adapt continuously because you are aware of the new strategy. For example, now we talk about the growth spiritual model. You see some of your people in your network doing it, that's working well for them. You see myself doing it, that's working well for me. So just by staying with the right people around, you can navigate and stay in the right opportunities at the right time and like stay in there for longer. So yeah, I think having the right mentorship and the right people around you is very important.
It's the right information at the right time before anyone else. So like if you know the right people, they can see the iceberg before anyone else, or they can have the intuition to probably know what's going to happen, mm-hmm. and then can kind of give you the awareness of like, I think this is what's going to happen. Like for example, I've been saying for the last 12 months, it's already happening, is that because of AI, all the low ticket coaching businesses will be like wiped out because people can just make workouts on ChatGPT and diets.
Yes.
So like, which is why you need to kind of go premium in terms of your branding and what you want to do, because people always want coaching because they want accountability, they want to kind of have relationships, but you need to come away from the bottom end of the market, because that bottom end of the market is just going to be cannibalized, in my opinion.
You are doing low ticket to high ticket funnels, right?
So we do a free course,
okay,
which then just basically gives loads of people a load of value. If you want to get access, there's a link below. And that's done phenomenally well. And we've run that for maybe about 2.5 years. And which is a long time to run a strategy, but it continues to work for us.
Okay.
So we run on like a paid strategy, we run VSL funnels, and then we run like boosted follower funnels.
Okay.
The VSL I like the most, is the hardest to pull off, but I like it because the tracking is very dialed in. To be fair, so is the free course. I've toyed before with charging for the free course, but I personally would rather just like give it away for free. And then like the best people come into it, get a load of value from it, and then they naturally kind of come through to you anyway. Like I believe in like reciprocity kind of selling.
Yeah, makes sense. Do you talk about your pricing openly or?
Yeah, we talk about openly in terms of structure. It's like what we do is our beginner program, Fit Pro Launch Systems, is like $7,500, mm-hmm. and then our main program, 7-figure scaling systems, is 16,000, so about £12,000 for 4 months. And then we have other kind of like back end stuff from that.
Okay.
And the one thing that I've noticed also, which is why we get really good results for people, is we do 16 weeks to start with, because it gives people a defined amount of time to be like, fuck, I need to pull my finger out and do this. And that's the biggest issue I see, is that like money loves speed, poverty loves indecision. So like the reason people aren't successful is because they just don't do things quickly enough or execute. Like you said earlier, you like just fucking really like execute things quickly. The reason people aren't successful is because they just take too long to do anything.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Have you ever thought about doing mix offer, like for example the 16,000 one, backed with maybe a profit share, like a mix of gross operating with consulting?
That's kind of what we're toying with next, but it would be only on the right type of clients. So the other tier I've also started to do is, I stopped for a while, but it's taking on one-to-one clients, but at like higher price points. So a guy paid $50,000, for example, and like that's the price I would charge them for a year, because then it's enough for me to want to be involved. And then also I know someone's serious if they're going to pay that. Like they'll do exactly what I tell them to do, and then they'll fucking scale like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. I'm thinking about launching like more of a B2B offer, because the B2C is going well, but I see the limits in terms of how much you can spend with your ad budget and everything. So I'm thinking about launching like a 16,000 offer and 16,000 euro like you do, and something that they pay yearly and renew every year. And on top of that, we add like a gross operator model where we do their VSL for them, we run their ads for them, we write everything, and we take maybe 20 to 30% of profit share. So this is like something recurring every year, 16,000 plus 20 to 30% profit share, and we help them scale, done for you. Do you think it's a good idea?
I quite like that, to be fair. The only thing that would concern me is if you had people sign up who then were retarded and they just didn't do the thing, which is why my personal preference is I would only offer it to people, not allow everyone into it, if that makes sense. So like the way I would do it, it'd be like, okay, cool, we can take you into a growth operator, but you have to be competent enough to say get to 40,000 euros a month in your business, and then we'll come in and then we'll do everything for you. We'll take you on as a client.
Okay.
But this is the ceiling where you have to get to your, like, we will consult to you, but for you to, like, us to come into the business, then you have to be competent enough to be able to get here on your own. Now, I'm not going to sound like Stephen Bartlett, but I know a lot of people coming onto our podcast and who are not subscribing, but still enjoying the content. If I have one small ask from you, it's please hit the subscribe button. It'll help us a lot.
Okay. And how would you balance the two funnels? Like, should I, if I do this model, should I slow down the B2C and only focus my content and my funnels and everything onto this B2B offer? So either it's 16,000 yearly, either it's 16,000 plus the profit share. But should I give up the B2C, or should I do both and run two funnels at the same time?
This is what I've tested a lot. So this is interesting. So it's much harder to sell high ticket, like a 16K offer on paid ads than it is to beginners. So what I would do is I'd position your organic content to the 16K people at the higher level stuff, and I'd run the ads to the beginners. Why is that the beginner ads will convert really, really well. You hopefully can upsell people then into the second thing anyway. And then the organic stuff will convert the high level people. But what will happen is the ads will bring people in anyway, who will then see the organic content that's more for them anyway. And it will kind of help to convert. Because I know, for example, I think like if you know like Cole Gordon and people like that, I think their CAC is like, cost to acquire customers like $6,000 or something on their, I think it's like a 16K offer or something like that. So the cost to acquire a customer on those type of programs can be pretty high. Whereas like the lower ticket stuff can be way, way less. And it has a bigger market as well. Okay. So that's probably what I would do, because we've kind of found the same thing where I was like trying to position ads to like high ticket people. But then a lot of like, I wouldn't buy from a cold ad a 16K program, something I don't know. Like you wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But I would do, if it was from a retargeting ad, I would, because obviously I already know the person, which means the organic content is really the thing that matters more for the high ticket stuff. But for the beginner audience, you can kind of pull people in who are fresh. I also see particularly, I said we've got that funnel that we've run for like 2.5 years. I could see in High Roast that we've had clients sometimes who people have signed up, they opted in like a year and a half ago.
Wow.
So it's a long fucking buying cycle sometimes, which is why if you do the same thing for a longer period of time, it's easier. And then also the thing I found is that we've had clients leave and then 6 to 12 months later they come back.
Okay.
Which is I also found very interesting.
Okay. And how do you nurture them usually?
In terms of the clients coming back or the higher ticket people?
High tickets.
My opinion, it's like the 7-hour rule from Google. It's like long form content. If you can get them to absorb something that's really high value, even if it's like a short 5-minute training video that you're like, you watch something you're like, yeah, this guy fucking knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all you want, because then like, I said earlier about the media buyer.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, he said something to me when I first spoke to him. I was like, yeah, he knows stuff I don't know. Like, so I'm like, I'm in. Mm-hmm. So like that's kind of what you want to happen, because when people have that realization of like, there's this ignorance tax they're paying of all these things they don't know that's holding them back, but you've got the fucking key to unlock that for them. That's when they're like, I need to message Antoine. And if you do that and also then have shitloads of like undeniable social proof and authority, it's just like, you've done it yourself, you've got all these other people who've done it, you've done it with, then it's kind of like a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Are you in a mastermind at the moment?
I'm not at the moment, but I do some stuff with Alex Ramosi and his team. So I go out to Vegas every 6 months or so.
Okay.
That's at the moment. My big thing at the moment is I pay for like consulting with people. So we consult with someone on content at the moment, and just trying to hire people who are really fucking high level. So like the media buyer who's come in is expensive, but like really good. So it's more at a certain point, and it's also one of the reasons why I like doing the podcast. At a certain point now, the people who I want to learn from, I can't just pay because they don't need the money.
Yeah.
So like, there's a guy I'm trying to get on the podcast because I just want to interrogate him for like 2 hours on what he does. And for me, that's one of the values of also doing this, and also personal brand, and also getting to document like kind of behind the scenes of what you're doing.
Yes, I agree. Sometimes it makes more sense to have a dinner with someone that's really high level and invite them compared to paying for a full mastermind. It depends from your position and your network, but I would say the more you get into this space, the more you know the right people, and taking advice from more masterminds won't change like your business overnight.
Well, it comes down to execution and then skills. So like probably the biggest epiphany I think I've had the last 12 months as well is that it's actually really easy to learn skills. Like, provided you're not fucking retarded, like anyone can learn to run Facebook ads, make content, do whatever. What's really hard is to build the mindset of someone who can make like $1 million a year. Mm-hmm. Like that's the difficult thing that most people can't do. Yeah. And that purely, boy, I think the easiest way to do that is actually being around other people who are doing it, because you see how they behave, you see what they do, you see how they act every day. And then you can kind of just mirror it. It's like success by osmosis. Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.